presentation of the whole program, and I thank all of you for coming here. We'll begin with Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtottara Sata Srimad His Divine Grace Abhaycharana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtottara Sata Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Braja Bhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Purushottama Kshetra Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Gangamai Ki Yamunamai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulasi Devi Ki Kaliyuga Pavan Harinama Sankirtan Ki Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। हरे कृष्ण। I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees who have assembled here for this discussion on the glories of Bhishmadev and his prayers for 7 days continuously. It brings great pleasure to my heart when devotees prioritize hearing, studying and speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. And it brings even greater pleasure to my heart when devotees are making sincere attempts to put the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam in practice. Srimad Bhagavatam is the life and soul of Vaishnavas. As the Bhagavatam itself says at the end of the 12th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam Puranamabalam Yadvaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamsyamekamabalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyamavishkritam Tatshrinvan Supathan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchyennaraha. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana. Bhagavatam describes the pure glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna and his incarnations and his devotees. Purana Mamalam, and the materially motivated practice of dharma is kicked out right in the beginning of Bhagavatam. There are 4 Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma is various activities that we do in this world You can call them duties, obligations, whatever. Some are religious duties and pious activities. So that is dharma. And many times people in this world perform dharma to get artha, money. And they use artha, money, to fulfill their kama, desires. And when they are bored, tired and frustrated in their attempts to fulfill their kama, then they think of moksha. And oftentimes that moksha is impersonal moksha. So Bhagavatam kicks out this materially motivated practice of dharma right in the beginning. Dharma projita kaita hotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. Dharma projita kaitava. Kaitava dharma is kicked out right in the beginning of Bhagavatam. And the pure dharma of the soul is established in Bhagavatam. What is the pure dharma of soul? To love Krishna, to serve Krishna without any motivations and without any interruptions. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktira dhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. So only when we render service to Krishna without any material motivations and without any interruptions or inconsistencies or irregularities, the heart is completely satisfied. That is the dharma that Bhagavatam is propounding. So Bhagavatam is not propounding some materially motivated practice of dharma. Bhagavatam is propounding unmotivated practice of dharma. Bhagavatam is bringing us to the spiritual plane of following dharma, which is to selflessly serve Krishna, to seamlessly serve Krishna, to serve Krishna without any selfish desires. So, that Bhagavatam is very dear to devotees. Srimad Bhagavatam Purana Mamalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. All Vaishnavas love this Srimad Bhagavatam. Yasmin Paramahamsya Beka Babalam Gnanam Param Giyate. And great Paramahamsas also appreciate and adore this Bhagavatam, and it is understood by those Paramahamsas who are free from any material envy. Of course, if I have envy, should I not read Bhagavatam? Yeah, you read Bhagavatam even if you have envy, to get rid of that envy. Right? So, Yasmin Paramahamsam Ekam Gnanam Param Giyate. Bhagavatam propounds the highest jnana, the greatest knowledge, spiritual knowledge of Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Tatra Gnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyam Avishkritam. Tatshrinvan supathan vicharana paro bhaktya vimuchyendaraha. So Srimad Bhagavatam inaugurates or launches what? Tatra gnana viraga bhakti sahitam. Gnana means knowledge. Viraga means detachment. Bhakti is devotion. Naishkarmya means non-reactionary work. Means you perform some karma, but there is no material reaction for that karma. That is called Naishkarmya. So Bhagavatam establishes that kind of non-reactionary work done with devotion, which results in knowledge and detachment. Tatra gnana viraga bhakti sahitam naishkarmyam avishkritam. Avishkar. Tatshrinvan. Therefore hear Bhagavatam. Supathan. Study Bhagavatam sincerely. Vicharana paro. Contemplate also. Don't just hear and read and leave. Contemplate on it, introspect, try to put it in practice. Tatshrinvan supathan vicharana paro bhaktya vimuchyendaraha. And study Bhagavatam, hear Bhagavatam and contemplate on Bhagavatam with bhakti, with devotion. Not like a scholar, not like an academician, not like a researcher, not like a historian, but like a devotee. The mood of approaching Srimad Bhagavatam is devotee. So devotional mood we need to approach. Not in a academic way, scholarly way. If you want scholarly perspectives, historical perspectives, linguistic perspectives, grammatical perspectives, Bhagavatam can reveal all of that. But if you look for devotion, Bhagavatam will reveal deepest devotional perspectives of all these great pastimes of the Lord. So I'm very, very happy that Srimad Bhagavatam is still being given so much of importance in 2025, Kali Yuga. And this importance that devotees are giving to Srimad Bhagavatam should grow and grow and grow as you have gathered in so many numbers, big huge numbers today to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the best way of living life. Sanatana Goswami says, Madeka bandho mat sangin. You also would like to recite after me? When so many hundreds of devotees also are reciting, the combined vibration will create a ambience surcharged with spiritual vibes. So let's recite. Madeka bandho mat sangin, madguru man mahadhanam, Mannistaraka madbhagya Madananda namostute. Madeka bandho, Srimad Bhagavatam is my only bandhu, relative. Second, Mat Sangin, Srimad Bhagavatam is my only companion. Right? Bandhu, it's relative. What do you, like, you have so many relatives, each of you have so many relatives. What do your relatives do generally? They help you. If you are joyful, they share your joys. If you are distressful, they will share your distress. They will give a shoulder so that you can put your head on the shoulder and then have some emotional exchange. Bhagavatam does all that and much more effectively than our relatives also. Wow. Very beautiful booklet is made. Hari Hari. So, Madeka bandho, Bhagavatam is our only relative. Second, Mat Sangin, Bhagavatam is my only companion. So, whenever you are going on a journey, carry Bhagavatam with you. Whenever you are waiting for somebody, just you have 5 minutes or 10 minutes break, just open Bhagavatam and read one shloka, read 2 shlokas. Very nice, right? So, Bhagavatam is our companion, so you just carry. Nowadays, people may not have the bandwidth to carry such huge books. You have your phone, right? You may have book Bhagavatam or Kindle Bhagavatam or iPhone Bhagavatam. Somehow carry some Bhagavatam with you. Whenever you get some time, just open 1 or 2 slokas and then just read. Mat Sangin, carry Bhagavatam as your companion. Madeka bandho mat sangin. Third, Madguru, Bhagavatam is our teacher. Manmahadhana, Bhagavatam is my greatest treasure. Mannistaraka, Bhagavatam is our deliverer. It will protect, it will save us. Savior. Mannistaraka madbhagya, Bhagavatam is my greatest fortune. Madanandana mostute, Bhagavatam is my greatest pleasure. Right? So this is what Sanatana Goswami says. Our great acharyas have given so much importance to Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is playing all the 7 roles in our life. Bandhu, Sangin, Guru, Dhana, Nistaraka, Bhagya, Ananda. Bhagavatam is playing 7 roles. I hope all of you are listening. So this just before the session, His Grace Sri Vallabh Prabhu said, you all make notes. You know why? There is a quiz after the class. Before you ask me questions, I will ask you questions. So that you can respond. So Bhagavatam plays these 7 roles in our lives. So, Madananda namostute, Srimad Bhagavatam is my greatest happiness. This is what devotees feel, Vaishnavas feel. If you want to be a Vaishnava, embrace Srimad Bhagavatam. Consider it your companion and your greatest source of pleasure, spiritual pleasure. At the end of Bhagavatam it is mentioned very beautifully. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadeva shashvan manaso mahotsavam tadeva shokarnava soshanam nrinam yaduttama shloka yashodu giyate. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Ramyam, Bhagavatam is very, very attractive. Ruchiram, very tasty. Navam navam. The more you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, the more you feel very fresh. Yeah, this past time I never heard. One
One reason for you to feel very new when you read the same pastime of Bhagavatam is that you have forgotten. What you have read, you have forgotten, therefore it appears new. But even if you remember every single detail of what you have studied, still Bhagavatam appears new to you. How? It's always fresh. How? Because this Bhagavatam is not just a book. This Bhagavatam is a person. There are two friends. If you love each other, when you are meeting each other on a regular basis, exchanging your love and affection, you are doing some guhyamakhyati pruchhati, you are sharing your hearts with your friends. So, the more you spend time with each other, with good intentions, the more subject matter you have to reveal. Same person, same hand, same legs, same eyes, same nose, same accent, probably same content also, but still you feel like spending more and more time with that friend because there's an emotional connect, there's an emotional bonding. By regularly interacting with that person, you have developed a deep friendship. So when there is deep friendship, the heart-to-heart sharing becomes intense. And it will only keep on expanding. Similarly, Bhagavatam is not just a book, Bhagavatam is a person. And who is that person? It is Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. Sri Krishna Parivartita. Krishna went back to his spiritual abode and later he thought, no, I must go back and give my association to them. Then Krishna appeared in the form of a book, Srimad Bhagavatam. And Krishna appears in the form of a hog, he is Varahadev. When he appears in the form of a fish, he is called Matsyavatar. When he appears in the form of a tortoise, he is Kurmavatar. When he appears in the form of a book, he is called Srimad Bhagavatam, the Grantha-avatar. When he appears in the form of name, he is Namavatar, the form of holy name. So the Lord appears in multiple forms. When you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, you are spending time with Krishna. When you are learning from Srimad Bhagavatam, you are learning from Krishna directly. Krishna is revealing his heart to you whenever you are reading or hearing Bhagavatam. Right? So it's our great fortune to be able to regularly hear, study and discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. So Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Navam. And the more you read Bhagavatam, the more fresh it appears. Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam. Shashvan means constantly, eternally. Manaso Mahotsavam. Srimad Bhagavatam creates greatest festival to your heart. Utsava is festival. Mahotsava is great festival. Manaso Mahotsava means great festival of the heart. And this great festival of heart doesn't come once in a while. Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam. The more you read Srimad Bhagavatam, the more it creates a great spiritual festival in your heart forever. That is the power of Bhagavatam. Not just that. Tadeva shokarnava soshanam drinam yaduttama shloka yashodugiyate. Tadeva shoka arnava soshanam. The conditioned soul in this material world is suffering the threefold material miseries, is lamenting and lamenting and lamenting, and created an ocean of lamentation with his tears. And when you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, this ocean of lamentation is dried up within a moment. That's the power of Bhagavatam. Not that Bhagavatam literally solves your financial problems or health problems or some other problems, professional problems, personal problems. Not that way. Material world means problems only. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. When you enter a salt mine, what do you see? You will only see salt. You will not find any diamonds in a corner. You won't find some milk dripping from one corner. You don't find some kadi shakkar. You don't find some jaggery. It's salt mine. It is salt. So this material world is dukkhalayam. It is an abode of miseries. You will find miseries only. But even in this abode of miseries, you can find happiness and you will be unaffected by those miseries to the degree you take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's what Bhagavatam promises right in the beginning. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatraya unmulanam. There are threefold miseries that a conditioned soul experiences. Tapatrayas, Unmolanam. Srimad Bhagavatam will uproot your threefold material miseries. How? By equipping your consciousness with the maturity to see misery as mercy of Krishna. Right? Misery becomes mercy. Why? Why misery has to be perceived as mercy? Or why is misery mercy? Because in the case of a devotee doesn't suffer because of karma. Tomorrow we are going to discuss this in greater detail. A devotee does not suffer because of karma. Devotee suffers. We'll discuss tomorrow. I will not break the suspense. So tomorrow we'll elaborately discuss this shloka. Aho kashtam aho nyayam yadyuyam dharmanandana. So Bhishma speaks why Pandavas had to undergo miseries. That we will discuss tomorrow. So devotee doesn't suffer because of karma. Devotees suffer because of the arrangement of Krishna. Why Krishna arranges difficulties in the lives of devotees, we'll see tomorrow. So point is, whenever a devotee faces some happiness or even distress, devotee sees that as mercy of Krishna, and Srimad Bhagavatam equips our consciousness with the maturity to see hand of God in every circumstance of life. Thus we see even misery also as Krishna's mercy. That's what Bhagavatam does to us. We cannot escape misery. We can only see hand of God in that misery and be grateful to Krishna and come closer to Krishna. Right? So these are some glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So I was asked to speak on the glories of Bhishmadev and especially the prayers of Lord Bhishma, of Mahajan Bhishma in these 7 days. So today we will discuss a prelude from the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the Pandavas come to Bhishmadev on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. At the time Bhishma is on the bed of arrows and he started speaking to Pandavas. So we'll discuss the prelude till that point where Pandavas just came to meet Bhishma in the presence of Krishna, Vyasadeva, Dhaumya and many other universal celebrities. So tomorrow we'll discuss Bhishma's initial teachings to the Pandavas, beginning with Aho Kashtam Aho Nyayam. And day after tomorrow maybe we will start the actual glorification of Bhishma that Bhishma has done towards Krishna. So how Bhishma glorified Krishna we will see day after tomorrow. Then Stuti and all this will continue. So this Bhishma Stuti or the episode of Bhishma is in the 9th chapter of the first canto of Bhagavatam. In the first 3 chapters, the sages of Naimisharanya asked 6 questions and Suta Goswami very profoundly answered those questions. So these 6 questions and 6 answers reveal the greatness of Srimad Bhagavatam and the greatness of the Supreme Lord Krishna as the fountainhead of all avatars, and also describes the greatness of Bhakti Yoga. And in the 4th chapter, there is another beautiful narration that began. The history of Srimad Bhagavatam. Where did Vyasadeva get that inspiration to compile Srimad Bhagavatam? How did he compile different Vedic literatures and Upanishads and Mahabharata and Puranas? And finally, how did he compile Srimad Bhagavatam? That is described in the next 3 chapters, 4, 5 and 6. So in these 3 chapters, we will find an amazing conversation between Narada Muni and Vyasadeva. And thus Vyasadeva writes Srimad Bhagavatam. Then in the 7th chapter of the first canto, how did Vyasadeva compile Bhagavatam? What was his meditation? And what was the purpose of his compiling of Bhagavatam? All that we will see in the initial 10-11 shlokas of the 7th chapter. Let's discuss a couple of shlokas from that 7th chapter that describe the importance of Bhagavatam and the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please recite after me. Anarthopashabam sakshat Anarthopashamam sakshat Bhakti yogamadhokshaje lokasya ajanato vidvams chakre satvata samhitam anartha upasamam sakshat. We are struggling in this material world because of anarthas. Anarthas. What are anarthas? So many. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsarya. Right? Envy, lust, anger, greed, pride. These are all anarthas. Artha means meaning. Purpose. There are many meanings of the word artha. So, one meaning of the word artha is meaning. Artha means meaning. Anartha means meaningless. One meaning of artha is purpose. Anartha means purposeless, useless. Right? So, anarthas means the meaningless, useless, purposeless qualities that one has in the heart. Anartha. They include kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsariyas. Anartha upasamam sakshat. These anarthas are troubling the souls. All of us are being troubled by anarthas, and upashama means mitigation of these anarthas happen by practicing the process of bhakti yoga. Anartha upasamam sakshat bhakti yoga madhokshaje. By performing bhakti or pure devotional service unto Lord Adhokshaja, we will be relieved from all anarthas, unwanted miseries, unwanted qualities. Clear? Recently in an online class, there were some children. I was asking one child, I was asking all the kids this question. How many snakes can fit into your room? The child looked at the room and, oh, I can put 10 snakes, 20 snakes, 100 snakes. There are, I can keep, not I can keep, there is space for 100 snakes here. Then I asked the next question. So how many would like to keep in your home, in your room? Not even one. I said, hey, you already said there is place for 100 snakes in your room. Why can't you keep even one snake? Because snake is poisonous. How can I keep it in my room? I can't live with a snake. Good point. How much space is there in our heart? This is our room. Enough space, right? But do we keep snakes? The snake of lust, snake of envy, snake of greed, snake of pride. We should not keep these snakes in the heart, right? This heart is meant for whom? Krishna. So, if the heart is not clean, Krishna would not like to stay there. And especially if the heart, this room is filled with so many poisonous qualities like envy, pride, greed, then Krishna will be very uncomfortable. Even we feel uncomfortable to stay in a place that is filled with filth, dirt, or toxic people, those who envy us. Similarly, we should not allow envy, pride, greed, lust to stay in our hearts. That's a place for Krishna to stay. How can you offer the place of Krishna, the seat of Krishna to someone who is so unworthy? Right? So, anartha upasamam sakshat bhakti yoga madhokshaje lokasya ajanato vidvams chakre satvata samhitam. By practicing bhakti, we are cleaning the heart, right? So that Krishna can stay there permanently. So, practice of bhakti will remove all the anarthas. That's what the shloka says. Anartha upasamam sakshat bhakti yoga madhokshaje. By practicing bhakti, there is upasama, there is mitigation of all anarthas, right? Bhakti yoga madhokshaje. But lokasya ajanato, common people don't know this. Therefore, vidvams chakre satvata samhitam. This great poet, great sage Vyasadev compiled Srimad Bhagavatam, which is called Satvata Samhita. Satvata Samhita means that literature that is meant for devotees. Is it clear? In short, the message of this shloka is that when we perform bhakti yoga, the anarthas in the heart are destroyed. But where do we get guidance and information about bhakti yoga? From Srimad Bhagavatam. You study Srimad Bhagavatam, practice the process of bhakti, destroy your anarthas. Clear? Very simple. So next shloka says, when you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, what else happens? Please repeat after me. Yasyam vaisruyamanayam Krishne paramapurushe bhaktirutpadyate pumsa shoka moha bhayapaha. Yasyam vai sruyamanayam. If you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, what will happen? First effect, Krishne Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpadyate. You will develop bhakti unto Paramapurusha Krishna. How many of you want to develop bhakti for Paramapurusha Krishna? Please tell me. Yes, practically every hand. He is raising two hands. Right? We want to develop bhakti unto Paramapurusha Krishna, right? Therefore, hear Bhagavatam. Yasyam vai sruyamane. When you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, you will develop bhakti unto Krishna. What else will happen? Shoka moha bhayapaha. Your shoka, lamentation, will be destroyed. Moha, all our illusions and confusions and bewilderments are destroyed. Bhaya, our fears are destroyed. Shoka moha bhayapaha. All of us want this. You want love for Krishna, bhakti unto Krishna, and you want to destroy all your fears and illusions and lamentations. All this will happen by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam sincerely. Right? As Prabhu said, not iskcon se uskcon, but actually taking it into the heart. Actually, when the sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam enters our ear holes, you know where it should go? Not to the other ear, to the heart. I am not saying this. Bhagavatam says this. Please say one more shloka. Pravishtaha karna randhrena svanam bhavasaroruham dhunoti shavalam krishna salilasya yathasharat. Pravishtaha karnarandhrena. When you hear Srimad Bhagavatam sincerely, then that Bhagavatam sound vibration will enter your ear holes. Karnarandhrena. Karna means ear, randhra means hole. Pravishtaha karnarandhrena. It will enter. Pravishta means pravish, entering. When you allow the Bhagavatam vibration to enter your ear holes, that Bhagavatam vibration will enter into the heart. Svanam bhavasaroruham. And Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. When you are hearing Bhagavatam, when you are inviting the messages of Srimad Bhagavatam into your ears, you are inviting Krishna into your ears. So Krishna will also enter into the ears. This is the door and this is the home. We have home, right? So the home is the heart and the door to this home is the ear. You allow Krishna in the form of Bhagavatam to enter ears and you take him inside into the heart. Then you lock the door. You know what locking the door means? Don't hear gossip. Don't hear prajalpa. Don't hear criticism of another Vaishnava. Don't hear mundane materialistic subject matters. Don't hear topics of sense enjoyment. Even if they happen to pass by, you close your ear or you turn in another side, another direction. Don't take it into the heart. That's what it means when you say close the ears. Ears are always open, but you should always close the ears whenever there is some materialistic sound vibration going on. So allow Bhagavatam to enter and Krishna will enter the door of your ear into the home of your heart and he will sit there. Bhavasaroruham. Here, the emotions that a devotee has for Krishna are compared with a saroruha, a nice flower. And Krishna would like to sit on that lotus flower of your emotions and he will not leave there. And dhunoti shamalam Krishna, he will clear all the place. In the previous shloka we have seen that we have to clear this place so that Krishna can come and sit there. But if you say I don't have the ability to clear, don't worry. Let Krishna clear it. Krishna will clean it. You can engage Krishna in cleaning your heart, no problem. You cannot engage Krishna in cleaning your home that you clean. But here Srimad Bhagavatam, let Krishna enter into the home of your heart, he will clean. He will sit there. He will find Mr. Lust sitting there. Lust, what are you doing here? I am here. Out. Out. Lust is out. Greed is out. Envy is out. He will clean. Dhunoti shavalam Krishna. He will completely clean, wash away our heart. He will do Gundicha Marjan. Krishna is expert in cleaning. Right? Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he does Gundicha Marjan. Gundicha Marjan is like you clean the Gundicha temple, then Jagannathji will come and sit there. Right? So we should allow Krishna to clean our hearts by hearing about him. So this is what is mentioned in the 7th chapter of Bhagavatam. Now, after this initial few shlokas of describing the glories of Bhagavatam, describing the importance of hearing Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami begins a beautiful narration. The 5 sons of Draupadi were killed by Ashwathama when they were sleeping. They were very young boys. Ashwathama, just to please his master Duryodhan, after this entire Kurukshetra war, he went and killed the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi. She was lamenting. Then Arjuna came there. He said, Draupadi, don't lament. I will behead the killer of your 5 sons, and you can stand on his head and take a bath. This is how Kshatriyas take a vow. Don't worry about it. So Kshatriyas take vows like that. Then Krishna brought his chariot, and Arjuna mounted his chariot, and they started chasing Ashwathama. You see, I gave a super quick summary in the last 10 minutes. I gave a super quick summary of the first 7 chapters. Till now, Krishna's pastime is not described. For the first time, Krishna is making his entry in Srimad Bhagavatam. Some description about his divinity is given in the beginning, but first time, as a part of pastime, Krishna is making his entry. Right? Have you noticed it? In the first canto, 7th chapter. Generally, in a typical movie, when the hero's introduction scene comes, how does it come? How does the director handle it? It's a very crucial scene in the movie. Right? Either hero will come with a solo song, or a duet song, or a punch dialogue, or a fight where the villains or rowdies are just flying in different directions when the hero enters. So that's how hero's introduction scenes are handled. But here is Lord Sri Krishna, the hero of Srimad Bhagavatam, and for the first time Sutta Goswami is describing Krishna's introductory scene in Bhagavatam. He comes with a chariot. The focus, the camera is there on Draupadi's lamentation, then the camera goes on Arjuna. Arjuna has taken a vow, I will catch that Ashwathama, I will kill him, this and that. Then Krishna comes with a chariot as a driver. Such a humble beginning. Please don't underestimate Krishna. Because in this introductory scene of Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna is revealing his topmost quality. What is that? Bhakta Vatsalyata. How much he is affectionate towards his devotees. Krishna's affection for his devotees is Bhakta Vatsalyata is seen here in this beautiful episode. And not only this, 7th chapter, 8th chapter, 9th chapter, 10th chapter, all these like next 3-4 chapters are completely filled with this quality of Krishna's Bhakta Vatsalyata. This one also, here we are going to discuss in greater detail, but just meditate on this picture. Here Krishna is there. The Jagat Guru, Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. This Jagat Guru Krishna tried to convince Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir had some questions. Krishna gave answers. But Yudhishthir is not convinced with the answers. Then what did Krishna do? Krishna took Yudhishthir Maharaj to Bhishma. And Bhishma gave answers. Yudhishthir is completely convinced. Can you just imagine? This is Krishna's Bhakta Vatsalyata. Krishna is so affectionate towards his devotees that Krishna, while giving answer to Yudhishthir's question, Krishna is also there in Yudhishthir's heart, right? Krishna is in front of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Krishna is there in the heart of Yudhishthir Maharaj. While standing in front of Yudhishthir Maharaj, Krishna in the heart of Yudhishthir Maharaj is saying, don't listen to me, don't listen to me. Externally, he is in front of Yudhishthir is standing here, Krishna is standing in front, and Krishna is speaking, and Krishna inside the heart of Yudhishthir Maharaj is saying, don't listen to me, don't listen to me. And Yudhishthir says, I will not listen to you, I am not convinced. Then Krishna says, okay, I will take you to Bhishma. Then Bhishma spoke. Then Yudhishthir is completely convinced. Why? To give more credit to his devotee Bhishma, Krishna took a low profile. This is how Krishna highlights his devotees. He is also called Prabhave Sarvasatvatam. Bhaktana Manavardhanam. These are the words that are used to glorify Krishna. Bhaktana Manavardhanam means the Lord who expands the glories of his devotees. Prabhave Sarvasatvatam means the Lord takes great pleasure in giving credit to his devotees more than he takes for himself. That is the glory of Krishna. So Krishna's Bhaktavatsalyata is revealed right in the beginning of Bhagavatam. That is his introductory scene in Bhagavatam. So Krishna brought his chariot and Arjuna mounted the chariot, and Krishna is a Sarathi. He just both of these great warriors, Krishna and Arjuna, they chased Ashwathama, as you know very well. Ashwathama ran away, and at one point he could not protect himself. He realized that Arjuna and Krishna will definitely catch me and punish me and kill me. So in that panic, not knowing what to do, Ashwathama released a Brahmastra. Right? He just released a Brahmastra, and suddenly there was glare all over the place. And Ashwathama released the Brahmastra, and Arjuna felt, what's happening here? Then Krishna told, my dear Arjuna, Ashwathama released the Brahmastra, and you release another Brahmastra and withdraw both the Brahmastras. Because Ashwathama has the knowledge of releasing a Brahmastra, he does not have the knowledge of withdrawing it. So you release another Brahmastra and withdraw both of them. Arjuna did it. Then finally Arjuna captivated Ashwathama, and Krishna insisted, please kill him. But Arjuna felt, no, let me not kill him. I will bring him to Mother Draupadi. And he brought him to Draupadi, and Draupadi felt so compassionate. You know what this great Vaishnavi was thinking? Draupadi Mata. She was thinking that just now I lost 5 sons. My 5 sons were killed by this Ashwathama, and I know the pain of a child's death. How can I give the same pain to Ashwathama's mother? See, this is called a Vaishnavi. So although she was experiencing pain, she is able to empathize with the pain of another devotee. So she said, release him. There was some argument and some discussion, but he was released. He was completely released. But this Ashwathama had no gratitude. He was looking for another opportunity to destroy the last descendant of the Pandavas. Pandavas had 5 descendants, 5 sons, all 5 were killed. Another son of Arjuna, Abhimanyu, he was already killed in the battle. Now there is one more remaining. Who is that? He was growing within the womb of Mother Uttara, Abhimanyu's wife. He is Parikshit Maharaj. Right? So he was looking for an opportunity. Meanwhile, Krishna just spent some time with the Pandavas and said, oh my dear Pandavas, now that Kurukshetra war is over, you have become kings, let me go to Dwaraka. So Krishna just mounted the chariot. Krishna mounted the chariot and he was about to depart for Dwaraka. Suddenly, Mother Uttara comes there. She says, Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyam tadabhayam pashyet yatra mrityuho parasparam. Pahi, please protect me, O Krishna, Mahayogin, you are the greatest mystic. Pahi, Mahayogin, Deva, Jagatpate, you are the God of all gods, you are Jagatpati. Jagatpati means the master of the universe. Na anyam tada bhayam pashyet, I don't see anyone else other than you. Na anyam tada bhayam pashyet, yatra mrityuhu parasparam. When we are facing death, who has the capacity to protect us from death? Only Krishna. Please recite. Pahi mahayogin. Deva jagatpate. Nanyam tadabhayam pashyet. Yatra mrityuhu parasparam. Krishna, only you are the protector, there is no one else. This is called Ananya Bhakti. Krishna says about Ananya Bhakti several times in Bhagavad Gita. One such instance is Ananyas chintayanto mam yajanaha paripasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam bahamyaham. Ananyas chintayanto mam means a devotee who is completely dependent on Krishna. Apart from Krishna Chintan, Krishna Smaran, apart from remembering Krishna with complete dependence, the devotee has no other distraction, no other deviation, no other thought in the mind. Right? So that is the nature of a devotee. When a devotee is like that, Yogakshemam Mahamiham, Krishna will protect them. Their protection is Krishna's responsibility. Now here is Uttara Mata, she came running, please protect me, my dear Lord. Then Krishna understood what happened. Now why is Uttara Mata saying like this? Uttara is saying, I don't see anyone else who can protect me. Her fathers-in-law were there. Yudhishthira Maharaj, the personification of dharma. Can't he protect? Bhima, Vrkodara. Bhima has the strength of 10,000 elephants in one arm. Right? You keep 10,000 elephants in one row, Bhima would punch the first one, the 10,000th elephant will fall down. What must have happened to the first elephant? Chutney. So that is Bhima's strength. Can't he protect Uttara? And what about Arjuna? He is Gandiva Dhari. He is a universal celebrity at that time. He impressed Shiva and got Pashupatastra from him. He could defeat these Nivata Kavacha demons. He defeated Indra also. He went to Svargaloka also. So that is the power of Arjuna. And Arjuna was not only father-in-law of Uttara, he is also Guru of Uttara. During the Virata Parva, Arjuna was teaching her dance, classical dance, right? So, can't she go there? Generally, when a wife gets some trouble, she should go to the husband. But somehow husband is not there. Abhimanyu died already. Now when she got this trouble, she could have gone to Arjuna or any one of the Pandavas. But right in front of the Pandavas, as they are hearing, she says, Na anyam tada bhayam pashyat. I don't see anyone else except you, O Krishna, to protect me. No one else except me. What about the Pandavas? Were the Pandavas offended by this statement? Our daughter-in-law. He is saying that she is not even counting on us. She is not even considering worthy of protecting her. Although it is our primary responsibility to protect her. And we are the primary rescue for her. Right in front of us, she is going to Krishna and even saying that except Krishna, no one else can protect. It's like, insult for a Kshatriya, right? Our family, Krishna is from Yaduvamsha and they are Kuruvamsha. And she is the daughter-in-law of Kuruvamsha. And then she says, I don't see anyone in Kuruvamsha to protect me. Krishna, only you can protect me. And that too, Krishna is going away now. He is going from Hastinapur to Dwaraka. He is about to depart. She is not even considering the situation. He is about to depart. Okay, no, let me wait. Let me go to my father-in-law, Arjuna, without any hesitation. See, when a little child, has some trouble, has some problem, where will the child go? Mother or father, parents. So even if the child sees a gunman there, or a big policeman there, or a military person there, or someone equipped with all kinds of weapons there, when the child becomes fearful of a tiger, so for example, the child has gone to a zoo. He saw the tiger and hippopotamus and all kinds of animals, and the child got scared. Where will he go? He will not go to the zoo owner. He will go to the mother only. He will go to the father only. Because a child's dependence on the mother or on the father is very spontaneous. It's not dependent on any calculations. The child doesn't sit there calculating, oh, that gunman has a gun and my mother does not have a gun. Maybe she is equally fearful like me. But still, even if the mother is equally fearful like the child will go to the mother only and hide in her lap only. Hide in her hug only. So, just like a child's dependence on the Lord is so spontaneous without any calculation, a devotee's dependence on Krishna is also equally spontaneous with absolutely no calculations. That's what Mother Uttara is teaching us. And the Pandavas are not offended. Yes, what Uttara said is 100% correct. Pandavas were not offended. They were not feeling uncomfortable. Yes, apart from Krishna, no one else is there to protect us. So Mother Uttara ran towards Krishna and said, please protect me. Then Krishna entered into the womb of Mother Uttara. He is sitting in the chariot also. And in another form, he entered into the womb of Mother Uttara also. And Uttara Mata, her child was Parikshit. He was still in the womb of Uttara. Then Krishna, with his own effulgence, he counteracted the heat of Brahmastra released by Ashwatthama and protected Parikshit Maharaj, protected Uttara. Uttara felt that, let that fiery arrow which is coming towards me kill me, but not my son, not my child. She did not come to Krishna seeking protection for herself. She came to Krishna seeking protection for her child. This is the nature of a mother. A mother can sacrifice her own comforts, her own life also for the welfare of the child. This is the best example of selfless love available in this material world. In this material world, the purest form of love is a mother's love for a child. Right? So Uttara Mata is exemplifying this fact. So Krishna protected, and now he is about to depart. Then Mother Kunti came and said, and last year you must have heard an elaborate description of Kunti Mata's prayers from His Grace Amarendra Prabhu. So I will not touch them. Of course, I have to touch for my purification, but now our topic for discussion for the next 7 days is the next chapter. So I'll give a very, very brief outline, not even outline. I'll just touch a couple of themes from Kunti's prayers that help us nicely transit to the next episode of Bhishma. So Kunti Maharani came to Krishna and she offered her heartfelt prayers. And initially her prayers are filled with glorification of Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela, his glories basically. But later Kunti Maharani became little more personal. Initially she was glorifying Krishna's attributes, Krishna's greatness. But later she said, Krishna, you are going now. You are going to Dwaraka. If you go to Dwaraka, who will protect my sons? My sons are dependent on you. Then our Krishna said, your sons are so qualified. Yudhishthira Maharaj is Dharma personified. And Bhima and Arjuna have great military strength. Why are you asking me? Why do you need me to protect them? So don't worry, they'll take care. You know what Kunti Mata said? My dear Lord, my 5 sons are like 5 senses. And you are like the life in the body. What is the use of having 5 strong senses without the soul in the body? So my sons, my 5 Pandavas are dependent on you. Without you they can't do anything. They can't flourish. They can't protect themselves. You protected them from hundreds and thousands of calamities. How can they protect themselves? They don't have that ability. Okay, fine. Krishna continued to hear her future prayers, further prayers. So like that she felt that, oh, I am praying for my son's welfare. What about Vrishnis? Vrishni dynasty is my parental family. I am praying too much for my husband's family. What will happen to my parents' family? They should also be happy. They should also get the association of Krishna. She was thinking like that. However, later she thought, why am I caught up in these partialities of my parents' family and my husband's family? I should not be thinking about these family relations. I should think about Krishna only. Then she said, Atha Vishvesha Vishwatman Vishwamurte Swakeshu me Sneha Pashamimam Chindi Dradham Pandushu Vrishnishu. O Vishvesha, O Vishwatman, O Lord, please cut this knot of family affection I have towards my parents' family and my husband's family. My sons, the Pandavas, and also my parents, Vrishnis. Please cut it. And Tvayi me ananya vishaya matir madhupate sakrit ratim udvahata daddha gange vogham udanvati. Tvayi me ananya vishaya. Another word, ananya. Ananya means nothing else, exclusively Krishna. O Lord, let my mind not be distracted or deviated by anything on this planet or beyond this universe also. Only you, nothing else and no one else. Just like Ganga, somehow or the other manages to flow towards the ocean despite having hundreds and thousands of obstacles on the way. When Ganga river is flowing towards the ocean, on her path there are hills and mountains and trees and villages and towns and cities, but crossing all of them somehow Ganga river reaches the ocean. Similarly, let my mind reach you, Krishna. That is her prayer. We should also offer prayer like this. O Lord, let my mind not be distracted or deviated by anything except you. I want to be completely dedicated to you. Madguna sruti matrina mayi sarva guhashaye manogati ravichinna yatha gangam bhasom bhudau. Madguna shruti matrena, just by hearing the qualities of Krishna, our mind should run towards Krishna. Manogati ravichinna, avichinna means without any obstruction. Let the flow of my mind, let my manogati, let the functionings of my mind be constantly devoted to Krishna and nothing else. That's what even Bhishma also says. Bhishma's first prayer is that. We are going to discuss it very soon. Iti mati rupa kalpita vitreshna bhagavati sattvata pungave vibhumni. So we'll discuss more when we come to that point. But point here is, a devotee always wants to focus their mind, their heart completely on Krishna. Bhishma is saying, Iti matir upakalpita vitrishna. Let my mind be withdrawn from all trishnas, all hankerings. Let it focus completely on you only. Bhagavati sattvata pungave vibhumni. This is the prayer of a devotee. Same thing Kunti Mata is also saying here. Tvayi me ananya vishaya. Same thing Mother Uttara said in the previous shloka, previous prayer. Na anyam tada bhayam pashyat. I don't see anyone who can give me shelter. So Uttara, Kunti, Bhishma, all of them are finding Krishna as exclusive shelter. Pandavas also. Krishna is our only shelter. There is no other shelter. Anyatha sharanam nasti tvameva sharanam mama. This is the prayer of a devotee. In this way, Kunti Mata offered such heartfelt prayers. And in response to all these beautiful prayers, Krishna just smiled. That's all. One smile. That's all. And he was about to depart. So the smile of Krishna indicates his satisfaction. When there is satisfactory smile on Krishna's face, hearing your prayers or receiving your service, our spiritual life is successful. The whole purpose of spiritual life is to see satisfaction on Krishna's face, smile on Krishna's face. When he smiles with complete satisfaction, our life is perfect. This is called Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. So, Kunti Maharani offered her prayers and Krishna smiled and he was about to depart. He was going to Dwaraka. Then another devotee came. How many interruptions for Krishna's journey? First he wanted to go. Uttara came and stopped. Krishna, please protect me. Fine. Krishna entered her room, protected Parikshit Maharaj. Then again he was about to go. Kunti Maharani came, expressing her gratitude. Krishna, please hear my prayers. He heard her prayers and then stayed back. And after she completed prayers, again he was about to go. Then suddenly Yudhishthira Maharaj comes. And here is the transition from Kunti prayers to Bhishma's prayers. Why did Yudhishthira Maharaj come there? Not to say bye, not to give farewell to Krishna, but to express a deep-rooted confusion in his mind. Before the Kurukshetra battle, Arjuna was confused. After the Kurukshetra battle, Yudhishthira Maharaj is confused. However exalted you may be, however experienced you may be, confusions are common in this world. Even if you are as experienced as Arjuna or Yudhishthira, you will get confused one day. Therefore, we should never feel overconfident that yes, I can handle situations on my own. Arjuna went on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He blew his conch shell. All the Pandavas blew their conch shells, and before only Bhishmadev and all the other people in the opposite party, they also blew their conch shells. And Arjuna picked up his arrow and fixed it on his bow, and was about to release his arrow, but he did not release. Krishna, can you please take my chariot between both the armies? I would like to see who all have assembled on this battlefield of Kurukshetra with a desire to fight. Doesn't he know? Doesn't Arjuna know? He was already part of all the strategic meetings. He knows. He knew that this peace making strategies did not work. Even when Krishna personally went and negotiated with Duryodhan, Duryodhan said, forget half the kingdom, forget 5 villages, I will not give that much land under the tip of a needle also to these Pandavas. Get lost, Krishna. Not even get lost, he said, I will arrest you. He arrested. He tried to arrest. So, Arjuna is aware of all these things, but he says, Krishna, I would like to see who all have assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. It's like a very surprising thing. And Krishna, as an obedient chariot driver, he took Arjuna's chariot in the middle of both the armies. Right? So, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapayamechyuta. Please position my chariot between both the armies. And he went and he started seeing. He was completely confused, thoroughly confused. And he expressed his emotions, his compassion, his confusion. And he gave so many reasons why he cannot fight in the war. And finally he said, I am very confused. I don't know whether I have to fight or not. But back in the mind he knows it was his duty to fight. How can I avoid my Kshatriya duty to fight? But also he is not fully convinced. Sometimes in life we confront but we are not convinced. Arjuna confronted but he was not convinced. We venture into doing some activity but we don't have full conviction. Right? Sometimes. Arjuna is like that. So in such a situation of confusion, you know what we need to do? Take shelter of Krishna. Take shelter of a representative of Krishna. Take shelter of someone who is more experienced than you and who can act as your well-wisher. That's what we need to do. When we don't know what to do, we should know what to do. Right? You understood this? When you don't know what to do, you should know that I need to consult someone who knows what to do. At least this much if you know, that is sufficient. Right? If you know that you need to consult someone, some well-wisher, some superior, some senior, some teacher, some parent, some elder, who can guide you in this situation, that is sufficient. You don't need to have the solution. You should have access to someone who has the solution. That's sufficient. In this context, Arjuna went to Krishna and said, Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha chetah yah shreyasyan nishchitam bruhitan me sishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Karpanya dosha apahata svabhavaha. What is this Karpanya dosha? Kripana means a miser. Prabhupada writes in the purport, Kripana means a miser. Right? Is Arjuna a miser? Why he was considering himself miserly? Why Arjuna is described as a miser here? He is miserly because, who is a miser? One who has something but he doesn't use it. He will not use it. Out of greed he wants to keep it with him only. Arjuna had so many weapons but he is not using it. He is unable to use them. And Arjuna had so much of experience and intelligence, but he is not applying it, he is not using it. Therefore he is Karpanya dosha. He has Karpanya dosha. He is not utilizing his experience, he is not utilizing his weapons, he is not utilizing his intelligence and common sense and wisdom to perform his duty properly. Therefore he said, Dharma sammudha chetaha. I am bewildered, I am confused in the performance of my duty. So, yaha shreyasya nishchitam bruhitan me. What is good for me? What is auspicious for me? You please tell me. Yaha shreyasya nishchitam bruhitan me sishyaste ham shadhimam tvam prapannam. I am your Sishya, you are my Guru. Krishna can play any role. In connection with his devotees, Krishna can play any role. So far, Krishna was Arjuna's friend, Arjuna's cousin, then Arjuna's driver, now Arjuna's teacher. He is playing any role. There is a beautiful shloka in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarathya parishada sevana sakhya dautya वीरासनानुगमनस्तवन प्रणामान् स्निग्धेषु पाण्डुषु जगत् प्रणतिं च विष्णोर् भक्तिं करोति नृपतिश्चरणारविन्दे. You also want to recite? सारथ्य पार्षद सेवन सख्य दौत्य. Oh, they are trying to put it. This comes somewhere in first canto, 16th chapter. सारथ्य पार्षद सेवन सख्य दौत्य वीरासनानुगमनस्तवन प्रणामान् स्निग्धेषु पाण्डुषु जगत् प्रणतिं च विष्णोर् भक्तिं करोति नृपतिश्चरणारविन्दे. It's on the screen. I can understand now. You can recite now. Seeing. स्निग्धेषु पाण्डुषु जगत् प्रणतिं च विष्णोर् भक्तिं करोति नृपतिश्चरणारविन्दे. The meaning of this shloka is very simple, very sweet. Sarathya. Krishna acted as a Sarathi, chariot driver. Parishada. He also acted as a recipient of Agra Puja in the Rajasuya sacrifice. Sevana. He is like a servant. Sakhya, friend. Dautya, messenger. Sarathya, Parishada, Sevana, Sakhya, Dautya, Virasana. He is like a night watchman. Stavana. He is also offering prayers. Virasana Anugamana. Anugamana means he is following the footsteps of Yudhishthir Maharaj. He is following the orders of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yudhishthir is an elder cousin. Krishna is younger. So, and Yudhishthir is king. Krishna is never the king. He never sat on the throne of Hastinapur or Mathura or Dwaraka. He never sat on the king. He never sat on the throne. He never acted like a king. So Yudhishthir is the king. Therefore, he is Anugamana. He is following the instructions of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Virasananugamana stavana pranaman. Stavana means he is praising the Pandavas. Pranaman, he is offering respects to the Pandavas. Why is he doing all that? Snigdheshu pandushu jagat pranatim cha Vishnor. He is the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Krishna is not different from Vishnu. And all the people offer obeisance to the lotus feet of that Vishnu. That Krishna. But Snigdheshu Pandushu, because the Pandavas are malleable by the will of Krishna, Krishna agreed to do all these menial services. Not agreed, Krishna volunteered to do all these menial services. Hearing this wonderful description of the relationship between the Pandavas and Krishna, our Parikshit Maharaj is offering obeisances. Bhaktim karoti nrupatischarana aravindi. So the point here is Krishna can play any role in his connection with the devotees. Now, coming back to our current context, where Yudhishthira Maharaj is completely confused. He was thinking, this great Kurukshetra war has happened. For what purpose? Just to enthrone me as the king of Hastinapur. Dhritarashtra could have ruled. Later Duryodhana could have ruled. Why I only should rule? Fine, I can rule, not a problem, but just to make me the ruler, just to make me the king, hundreds and thousands of soldiers had to lose their lives, they had to die. What would happen to their families? When an elder in a family dies, the youngsters in that family will not get proper guidance, proper nourishment. Emotionally, intellectually, culturally, they become very weak. And Yudhishthira is feeling that I am responsible for all that. Some similar concerns were raised by Arjuna before Kurukshetra battle also. But Krishna encouraged him and then he fought the battle. But after the battle was over, when Yudhishthira was about to sit on the throne of Hastinapur, Yudhishthira says, oh, I am very sinful. Just to enthrone me as the king, thousands of people had to give up their bodies, give up their lives, and I incur all that sin. Just like a liquor pot. In those days people used to do this matkas, earthen pots. So when you fill an earthen pot with liquor, it is contaminated. Generally earthen pots are like one-time use. It's contaminated. So once you remove that liquor from that earthen pot should not be and cannot be used for any other purpose. Even if you wash that earthen pot with water from all kinds of rivers, still that is not reusable. You have to throw it. Similarly, Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying, even if I perform so many sacrifices and pious activities and vratas, I won't be able to wash away my sinful reaction. I am like that liquor pot, hopeless. No possibility of purification. He was thinking like that. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is feeling so guilty, so repentant, so depressed, so devastated because so many people died just to enthrone him as the king of Hastinapur. Now, Krishna started speaking to him. Now Yudhishthira Maharaj came with this concern in his mind. He was not allowing Krishna to leave. Krishna, I have become so sinful. I am such a sinful person. I have become the cause of hundreds and thousands of people. Actually, Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, the soul cannot kill anyone. The soul cannot be killed by anyone. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन्नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. So Krishna said in several shlokas, 20 shlokas, second chapter, shloka number 11 till 30. In 20 shlokas, Krishna established the eternal nature of soul and the temporary nature of body. But Yudhishthira Maharaj feels that I have become the cause of all this killing. Krishna said in the Gita, the soul cannot kill, the soul cannot cause anyone to kill also. But still, Yudhishthira Maharaj considers himself the cause. Yeah, I am bewildered. I am the cause of so many deaths here. So sometimes even great devotees also become confused. Confusions are so common. Actually, I'll come to confusion little later, but let me focus on this point. Yudhishthira Maharaj is taking blame. Self-blame. He is blaming himself. He is condemning himself, not just blaming, he is condemning himself for becoming the cause of so many deaths here. Duryodhana will never do like that. Hiranyakashipu will never do like that. Kamsa will never do like that. Jarasandha will never do like that. They'll be proud saying that, yes, I have killed so many people. I am the cause of so many deaths. They feel it's a matter of prestige. When they kill one more person, another feather on the cap. One more person, another feather on the cap. One more battle with 23 Akshafinis of armies killed, one more feather on the cap. That's what they feel. It's an accomplishment for a Kshatriya to kill so many people. But Yudhishthir, such a soft-hearted, gentle, dharmic person, he is feeling that I have become the cause of thousands of deaths of thousands of people. I am so sinful. The general, typical attitude of a conditioned soul is to accept credit for a good accomplishment and to shift blame on others. But the nature of a Vaishnava is to transfer credits to Krishna, Guru and Vaishnavas and to accept blame or responsibility for any mistake that has happened. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is a Vaishnava. He is a pure Vaishnava. Therefore, Yudhishthira Maharaj He's accepting blame and he's ready to transfer all credits. For any good happened, all credit goes to Krishna, Guru and Vaishnavas. But if there is any blame, any mistake, I am responsible for it. This is the nature of a Vaishnava. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is kind of confused now. Krishna tried to counsel him. And even Dhaumya tried to counsel him. Even Vyasadeva tried to explain to him things. We are not to be blamed. Why are you blaming yourself? Why are you repenting so much? Why are you lamenting unnecessarily? Don't you know that Duryodhana is a bad person? Don't you know he doesn't deserve to sit on the throne of Hastinapur and rule the citizens? Don't you know how many times this Duryodhan, Dushyasan, Karna, Shakuni and all these people planned to kill all of you Pandavas? Have you forgotten all of that? All these devotees, whether it is Dhaumya or Vyasadeva or even Krishna, all of them are personally trying to convince Yudhishthira Maharaj, nothing wrong on your part. Yudhishthira, you are the king and you fought for dharma. It is dharma yuddha. It is not adharma yuddha. Dharma is on your side. Krishna is on your side. Why are you lamenting? Please don't lament. They are trying to tell him, convince him in 100 different ways. But he is not getting convinced. And he heard Kunti's prayers also. What did Kunti Mata say? Vishan mahagneha purushada darshanat asat sabhaya vanavasa kritshrita mridhe neka maharathastrato draunyastratascha hare bhirakshita. Vishan, this Duryodhana party poisoned Bhima when he was a young boy. Mahagnehe, they kept fire on their home. They tried to burn them alive. Mahagnehe purushada darshanat, during their vanvas, when they were on exile, so many Rakshasas, man-eating demons like Hidimbasur and Bakasur tried to attack the Pandavas. All this is because of these Kauravas only. They banished them. They threw them away. Asat Sabhaya. In that Asat Sabha, in that bad assembly that only upholds injustice and adharma, so in that Asat Sabha, they tried to take away all their property in that Mayaju, the dice game, cheating dice game. And they also tried to disrobe this great Vaishnavi, Draupadi Mata. Yudhishthira Maharaj, have you forgotten all this? And killing Duryodhan or Dushyasan or Karna or Shakuni or Jayadratha or any of the people who sided them is not wrong at all. Actually, Yudhishthira Maharaj never wanted to gamble. Some people think that Yudhishthira Maharaj is a gambler. One day Vidura came to Indraprastha with an invitation. What is that invitation? Not for some Shubhakarya, not for some wedding ceremony or some other ceremony. That invitation is for gambling. Where is it coming from? The king of Hastinapur. Duryodhana is pushing Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra sanctioned the desire and then made an invitation card and gave it to our Vidura, and Vidura took it all the way to Vidura personally, the minister of this kingdom Hastinapur. He personally went to Indraprastha to invite Yudhishthira Maharaj and Pandavas for a gambling match. And Yudhishthira Maharaj said, how can I come for gambling match with my own relatives? Gambling is such a bad habit. It will spoil relationships. It will create enmity between relatives. So it will spoil friendships. We should not have it. Then Vidura said, yeah, whatever you are saying, I already spoke to the king. But what to do? Duryodhana is very adamant. And Dhritarashtra is very partial to his adamant son. Therefore I have come here with this invitation. Then okay, fine. King is ordering. That invitation is basically an order. And Yudhishthira Maharaj, being such a dharmic person, he always considered Dhritarashtra as his father. He is on the level of Pandu. Although Dhritarashtra never considered the Pandavas his sons, Mamakaha Pandavas Chaiva. These are my sons, these are Pandu's sons. He already separated them. This is called separatist mentality. He never considered the Pandavas his sons, but the Pandavas are always considering Dhritarashtra Especially Yudhishthira Maharaj is considering Dhritarashtra on the level of his father. So father ordered, king ordered, he is also king, but still he became obliged and he came all the way. And when he came to Hastinapur again in that assembly, he said, Duryodhan, let's not gamble, please. Bhishma, can you say something? Vidura, can you say something? Drona, can you say something? Oh king, Dhritarashtra, your eyes are closed, I understand, but your ears are open, right? I am asking, is it required for us to gamble? He is silent. Dhritarashtra is not speaking a single word. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj is obliged. Okay, fine, it's my superior's order, let me gamble. Okay, fine. Then again, Duryodhan said, I will not gamble. That's very good, that's what I want. I will not gamble means it's not that I will not gamble. I will not put the dice. This Mr. Shakuni will put dice on my behalf. That is his proposal. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj got a chance. Oh, how can he play dice on your behalf? He is not a king, right? He is not on my level. So we should play. He cannot play, so I am quitting the game. I'm not starting the game. No. I'm on my order. I can appoint anybody, so you should play on my behalf. Then Shakuni played, and then again Yudhishthira is looking at the elders. They are not speaking anything, any single word. So what to do? Yudhishthira Maharaj was forced. Because of his obedience, because of his submissiveness, because of his good culture and respect towards elders and superiors, and especially this king Dhritarashtra, he was obliged to play in this gambling match. And by the way, he is not even expert also. He is not expert, he doesn't have expertise, he doesn't have experience, he doesn't have inclination also to gamble. But he was forced to gamble. What to do? And after losing everything, and then Draupadi was insulted, and Draupadi was given some boons by Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra, out of fear, he said, Draupadi, whatever you want, you take from me. Please. He got scared. Because Draupadi's Vastrabharan did not happen. Because of Krishna's special powers, so unlimited sari came and protected Mother Draupadi from all sides, and Dushasan just collapsed there. So seeing all this mystic display right in front of him, Dhritarashtra felt, no, I think I am risking now, my sons are in danger, so I will pacify Draupadi and say, Draupadi, please whatever you want, you take. And she said, okay, please release the king, release Yudhishthira Maharaj, and also release the remaining 4 Pandavas and return their weapons. And they will earn their property again. Then Dhritarashtra said, okay, fine, take your kingdom. Everything that you have lost is again given back to you. Go back. Then again this Duryodhan and Shakuni and all these people made a plan and again forced Dhritarashtra to call the Pandavas back. Pandavas were on their way to Indraprastha. So before they even reached Indraprastha, again some messengers came all the way to the Pandavas at a faster pace and said, the king is calling you again. For what? For another round of gambling match. My God. Again. So Yudhishthira Maharaj came back again. It doesn't seem logical, but that's what happened in Mahabharata. Some people blame Yudhishthira Maharaj also for gambling and all, but he was just being respectful to the seniors. And they said only once we will play dice, and if you lose, you have to go for 13 years on exile, 12 years on exile, and 1 year incognito. Then he has to oblige. Then he did the needful, and he lost, and he was on roads. So Yudhishthira Maharaj lost. Now this Dhaumya, Vyasadev, and even Krishna, all of them are trying to convince Yudhishthira Maharaj, please understand there is nothing wrong on your part. All the adharma is done by Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna, Shakuni, Dhritarashtra. Now they are defeated, they were killed, and there is nothing wrong in what has happened. You just happily rule this kingdom. Okay? Yudhishthira says, not okay. Not okay. Then what to do? Krishna found someone has to make Yudhishthira Maharaj say okay. Who is that? Bhishma. Right? So Bhishma, only Bhishma can convince Yudhishthira Maharaj. So in this context, Sutta Goswami describes Lord Krishna as Adbhuta Karmana. Adbhuta Karmana means one who performs wonderful activities. What is that wonderful activity that Krishna has performed in this context? He is trying to convince, personally he is trying to convince Yudhishthira Maharaj that there is nothing wrong on his part. But within his heart, while staying within his heart, Krishna is instigating and inspiring and influencing Yudhishthira Maharaj not to get convinced by Krishna's words. Why? To give the credit of convincing Yudhishthira Maharaj to Bhishmadev. That is the beautiful activity that Krishna has done in this pastime, right? Adbhuta Karmana. So to give credit to his devotees, to expand the glory of his devotees, to increase the honor and prestige and glory of his devotees, Krishna will take a low profile. Let me not convince Yudhishthira Maharaj, or let Yudhishthira Maharaj not get convinced by me. Let my dear Bhishmadev convince. Many people misunderstood Bhishma. So many people blamed Bhishma, misunderstood Bhishma, but even if the whole world misunderstands us, Krishna will never misunderstand us. So, at the time of his departure, Krishna showed to the whole world what Bhishma is. Even if this Bhishma is misunderstood by hundreds and thousands of people in this world, even till date also, why did Bhishma not intervene when Draupadi Vastrabharana was happening? Why did Bhishma take the side of Adharma? Why did Bhishma took the side of Duryodhan in the battle of Kurukshetra? Why Bhishma is throwing arrows at pure devotee Arjuna? And why Bhishma is taking pleasure in throwing arrows on Krishna? Because when a warrior is fighting with another warrior, some arrows go on the drivers of the warriors also. And Krishna is having wounds and blood on his body because of Bhishma. Is he a pure devotee? Is he Mahajan? There are 12 Mahajans. Swayambhur Naradaha Shambhu Kumaraha Kapilo Manuhu Prahlado Janako Bhishmo Balir Vayyasakir Vayam. Swayambhur means one who does not have birth. Who is that? Brahma. First Mahajan is Brahma. Naradaha. He also is born without a mother. Brahma does not have a mother. Narada does not have a mother. Swayambhur Naradaha Shambhu. Shiva also does not have a mother. Kumaras also did not have a mother. 4 people. Kapila has a mother. That is Devahuti Mata. Kumaraha Kapilo Manuhu. Manu, Swayambhuman again did not have a mother. So, okay, let's analyze them little later. So, Swayambhur Naradaha Shambhu Kumaraha Kapilo Manuhu Prahladaha Janaka Bhishma Bali. Vayyasaki is Vyasadev's son Sukadev Goswami. Vayam means Yamaraj is saying this shloka, therefore Yamaraj is another Mahajan. Total 12 Mahajans. And Bhishma is counted as 12 Mahajans. And instruction given to all of us is Mahajano yena gataha sapantha. Follow in the footsteps of Mahajans like Bhishma. And here is Bhishma not protecting Draupadi, although he has the ability to protect. And here is Bhishma taking the side of Adharma, taking the side of the most adharmic person, Duryodhan, and fighting on his behalf. Here is Bhishma who is showering arrows on the Pandavas, on Krishna. How do we understand this? And how can we follow in his footsteps? Mahajano yanagata sapantha. So all these misunderstandings on Bhishma will clear in the future sessions. What's the time now? 8:30. Okay, I'm on time, Prabhu. So I think we will conclude here. We'll continue. So today we just give a little prelude to this meeting. The picture here. So Krishna brings all the Pandavas to Bhishma, who is lying on the bed of arrows. So what's going to happen in this meeting? We'll discuss in the next 6 days. Today, first day, a prelude to this meeting, that's all. An introduction. Some little glories of Srimad Bhagavatam and the background of this meeting with Bhishma. So we'll conclude here. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.